Hey everybody, it is Quicken and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be walking you through my entire eyebrow grooming routine. From blank face, overgrown eyebrows to this completed look. So I let my eyebrows grow in for about 2 months. I knew I wanted to film this video, so you're gonna see them, you know, a little grizzly, but I want to show you exactly how I shape and groom my eyebrows and then how I fill them in. So if you're interested in how I do my entire eyebrow routine, stay tuned and I love you. Okay, so let's get started. We are up close and personal. And there are cats in here. So this is what my brows look like, I guess, after like a month or so of cats. After like a month or so of not doing anything. So the first thing I want to do, and the first thing I do, is I trim my brows. So you can do this with bathroom sort of scissor, like a little cosmetic scissor type thing. I'm going to use actual scissors, but if you are not good with scissors, you know, use those little ones. And if you have a hard time doing this, or you know, you need more hands or whatever, you could always use a brow gel to put these in place. I will push them back and forth to see like where I want them and like how they kind of look. Make sure you do the other one too, just so you can see like what kind of thing you're looking for. For me, my kind of rule of thumb is when I style my brows, I like to push these ones up in the front with brow gel, and they will move a lot easier if they're just a little shorter. So you don't have to go crazy, but I'll go in, pulling them kind of away, and then right there where you see you have like some hair, I'll do this over here too. It's not like a lot of hair, like at all, but for me, I feel like it really makes a difference, so just don't go crazy with this step, because you can see that your eyebrow will become more sparse looking. So you can see this eyebrow, and this eyebrow just like already look different, but that's what I do, and I'll just do it over here as well. I just follow the shape of my eyebrow. You might not want to do this, you might not feel comfortable doing it, and that's okay. But I will say this is the step where you could go too far. If you tint your eyebrows, it's good to trim them as well. It will make tinting them easier. If they're short. So next, and you might be familiar with these things. These things are great. I picked this up at a variety store, but you can buy them, I believe, at the dollar store. I think Dollar Tree has these. You can get them on Amazon. I got a pack of 3 for like $1, and these are great. I used to use a straight razor to do this step, and I've been thinking about like sharing my technique with you guys for a little while, so I was like, how about we learn how to use a reasonable tool? Other than, I mean, the scissors might be a little unreasonable, but you guys probably have smaller scissors at home. So I'm just going to put like a little bit of product around my eyebrows, just like as a lubricant. This happens to be primer, but lotion or anything like that will help you. just to put something on your eyebrows so that the blade can glide. So what you're going to want to do is take these hairs that live around the eyebrow like that. We don't like those. So we're just going to rest the blade right here and then shave down. Stopping at the shape of our eyebrow. It's important to put that like primer or lotion or whatever on the eyebrow so the blade can kind of glide. With me though, my whole thing with my eyebrows is my eyebrow will grow into my hairline. So this is good for me. Right now my elbow is placed stationary on my table. So I can like plant my elbow and then do this. So that helps. And just glide in. Taking little strokes, little downward strokes, just to assure you're not going too far. And you can see that has already cleared up a lot of that. So I'm gonna go in again. Primer was not a very good base product because it is drying. But a lot of hair is coming off onto this blade here, and I just like wipe it off. I will now pull on the brow and get these under hairs. This can be hard. You can do this with a tweezer with more success. This will be faster. So this line right here, I like to keep straight. So I will take this and rest it. I'll look for the hairline and go right below it and pull down to create a nice straight line. That straight line is going to be very nice. It looks very manicured. Just make sure you're not shaving your eyebrow off. Eyebrow. And you can do that right here. You see I have a ton of growth right there. Taking this little blade here and making sure it's straight. Coming down a little bit. You can get some of these hairs. I like using the straight line of this as a guide. So that always helps. And you can see this eyebrow is just a little more manicured. You know, I still wouldn't necessarily wear this eyebrow as just my eyebrow. I would still fill it in, but I'll get to that part with you guys soon. Now you can see before shaving it and after. And I'll still clean this line up. And you can kind of see right here exactly where my eyebrow grows into my hairline, and that's why I like to take care of this top part. And then pretty easy, you can just shave your unibrow. I would say I let my eyebrows grow in a little further down than the width of this, so just be careful. I have some wispy long hairs that, I mean, it would be great if they would be my eyebrow, but they're just kind of not. They're like an extension of my eye, not necessarily my eyebrow. And don't forget to comb them up, how you're gonna style them. If you're gonna style them swooped, then, you know, cut them swooped. But I style mine completely pushed up, so I just have to be more mindful of how that looks. So now I'm just going to use a tweezer for the rest of this video. Well, the rest of this grooming aspect. And these are just slanted tweezers. I got these at Walmart, and just go in and take any hair that doesn't belong. Now, you could do this one or two ways. You can fill in your eyebrows and see which hairs don't belong. I think that's a really great tip. I just know that some of these don't belong here. And tweezing, you know, you don't have to be completely afraid of tweezing, but I would say as long as it's just for maintenance, and not like for everything. Don't feel afraid to pluck like a long hair, especially if it just doesn't belong there. Here I'm just like pulling my eyebrow down to see if there's any like loose hairs. This one. Okay, so I didn't want to bore you too much plucking all those like little tiny hairs, but they're gone. And you might not like shaving any aspect of your eyebrow just because of like regrowth and ingrown hairs, but I do sacrifice that for the precision that the shaving tool offers. I like that. So next I am just going to fill in my brows. So any of these little hairs in the middle, I actually just like don't mess with at all. I do have one hair over here that grows down, and I do pluck that when it gets too long. I don't know if you can see it, it's that one. See how it's just like growing? I'll let him ride out, but I pluck him when he gets crazy. But other than that, I don't touch any of these hairs at the bridge of my nose. So the brow product I've been using recently is this Wet n Wild retractable eyebrow pencil here. I have this in ash brown, and how I go in with my eyebrows is pretty simple. I have to get my elbow off of the table for this, so I'm just going to press this to the bottom where my like the pieces I like to push up the front of my brow starts, and then I just like flick up. And this isn't with a lot of pressure. That initial line we created was to just like help us keep in the lines for this like flicking. And now that our eyebrow hairs are short, this is a lot easier. Then I'm just going to outline my eyebrow with just strokes. Strokes are going to help you just with precision and stuff. So coming back under, I'm just going to sweep this underneath to clean up any sort of like sparseness or uneven lines created by all of the hairs. You can see I left a lot of hairs underneath here, and that's just because I fill in my eyebrows every day, so seeing those like isn't going to bother me. So now I'm going to go against the grain here with like the tip of my pen at this sort of angle and just like push up against these hairs. If you don't want to see like how you can see my face behind these hairs, I do recommend tinting your eyebrows. There's a lot of good tints on the market now, and there's lots of good Korean tints. I have an Etude House tint that I like, but I bought it when my hair was a different color, so I don't really use it anymore. So now I just take a spoolie. Spoolie's good because it's going to blend the product together and remove any excess product, which, you know, I used a little more than I usually do to kind of walk myself through these steps. And sometimes I'll just take my finger and like push up just to keep this area still sparse so it looks like little hairs, almost dusting off any extra product. Then with some brow gel, this is e.l.f. brow gel, and it's been through it. It doesn't come with a lot of product, but it was like $1, I think, or $3. Other brow products I definitely recommend are NYX. I've had my NYX product for a long time. Right now, I'm just using clear brow gels. I mean, this is stained, but I was using like a tinted or a microfiber brow gel, but as of recently, I'm just using a clear one just to like push those hairs and put them in place. So I'm brushing against the grain here, and because I like cut my brow hairs short, I can comb them all up and they kind of fall into that shape that I cut them in. And by going against the grain here, you're making sure that the hairs are completely saturated in product. And this would be a good time for me to like cut those hairs. I like the way that looks, believe me. But if you wanted to, it's a good time to see what kind of hairs you didn't cut. Because my brow gel has kind of been poisoned and tainted with all of the brow product that I've used, it does tend to like get on my face. So you can wipe that off with your finger or some concealer if you're doing a full face of makeup. So I'm going to finish my other brow and then put on my makeup, and I'll be right back. And that is it for my finished eyebrow routine. Well, I also finished my makeup as well, but so that's the look. I don't know why I did a winged eyeliner because I never wear winged eyeliner, but I really got in the mood. So that is it for the brows. I hope they make a little bit more sense with like all of my makeup done. If you were like, those brows are like kind of ratty. I like to go for something a little more simple, a little bit more undone with my eyebrows. Like, I feel like I used to be like super like defined pomade eyebrows, and although I really do like those and I go in and out of like eyebrow looks, like honestly every time I run out of a product I try a new product, so I do a lot of different looks with my eyebrows. But this is what I've been doing lately, and that's how I groom my eyebrows, so definitely let me know what you think and if videos like this are helpful. If it's your first time here, I have a couple other beauty videos, so you can check out the playlist down below and hit subscribe. And feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at qcknd. I post looks there as well. So thank you guys so much. Give this video a thumbs up, and I love ya. Bye.